All right. I think we're live. Awesome. Looks like sound's coming through properly. Sick. So we've got Adelaide versus Port Adelaide pretty soon. And yeah, I'm going to sit through, watch it with you guys. I think it's a pretty long one from understanding. I believe it's six periods of 28 minutes followed by like a 12-minute break. So it seems like it seems like it's going to be a big one. Otherwise, didn't quite get OBS working, so we won't be doing the split screens this match because it seemed to be an issue last match. So yeah, we'll just go for it. Chuck it up when you've got it ready. I'll let you know when I hit watch. I should be watching it live. Might be a little delayed from YouTube's end. I'm not quite sure how that works, to be honest with you. So yeah, should be fun. Let us know if you've got any sort of thoughts or queries before the match starts. You can always have a look over some of the sheets and stuff as well. See if there's anything I can pull out. Again, can't share screen this time though. We'll be able to do it next time. Well, maybe not. I'm going to stream St Kilda tomorrow morning, so I might not have had it figured out by tomorrow morning, but should definitely have it done by next week. But otherwise, it's coming along well. I think I've figured out most of the things. I just can't quite connect OBS to YouTube all that easily. I think I'm missing something pretty obvious, so I'm just going to have to go through it all again, double check things. But we've got about 4 minutes until the match starts. We got Adelaide versus Port. I guess for me, it's going to be like, does Adelaide's forward line fire? I've got them like really highly rated. They just had injuries and stuff last year. Like Phil Thorpe didn't play much. Rankin got injured a bit as well. And then, yeah, Port's had a bit of an interesting one. They lost a bit of dash from Houston. And then it'll come down to, can Atkins, these kind of new types, actually provide something or not? So, yeah, interesting. It'll be an interesting one. But yeah, that's basically it at this point. I'm gonna just make sure I got everything set up for this match. So just bear with me momentarily. So we've got that there. We've got that there. All right, perfect. I'm just gonna. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if there's any issues. Let me know if you have any. I had a few last streams. So I'm hoping none of that pops up this stream, but we'll see. All right, cool. So we've got a couple of people in chat. Say hello. Let us know who you are, how you found us. Yeah, always be interested, that sort of thing. And then, yeah, otherwise, buckle up. We only got about 2 minutes left. I've got a bit of food on the side, so excuse me if I end up eating. It is it's a little bit before dinner, but don't just want to get hungry halfway through. I think I've also figured out how to listen to this thing without you guys having an issue. So we'll see about that. But yeah, we've got a minute to go. So double check what's going on here. It should be starting pretty soon. 5:30 today, starting soon. All right, cool. So yeah, get up your KO. I guess like while we're waiting, may as well have a bit of a chat. It's a weird situation. I think most of you will know that there's no Saturday matches this season, not free to air at least. So I was initially going to hold like a poll and things like that in the chats and basically just say like, hey, do you want me to watch what thing? Like, what do you want me to watch with you? But with Saturdays now cut out, I don't know. I feel like it's pretty hard to do, like in a lot of regards. I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you still want to do like a vote for like other than Fridays, I'll be doing like Fridays all year, but like not the off season, but yeah, I'll be doing Fridays throughout the year for match watchers, and then yeah, I was going to do votes for the other potential match to watch because generally watch a few matches throughout the week anyway. May as well see if anybody wants to watch them with me. Otherwise, I think we got a dashboard I can pop out for things. Looks like stream health is going okay, which is good. That's a positive compared to last time. And then let's see if we can do a poll. How do I do a poll? Not sure. We'll figure that out. I'll try and figure that out. It might be. Oh yeah, cool. Awesome. All right. Yes. Yeah. That'll. So there's a poll on there. Let me know if you want to vote on Saturdays. Otherwise, I'll just like kind of make. I'll just kind of make my own decisions. So, yeah, let us know how you feel. All right, this thing should have started. Or have I got my times wrong? All right, cool. Let's go live. I've got to make sure there's no sound, at least for now. I'm going to try and use the headphones. See if that maybe works. We'll see. Right. I don't know. All right. All right, cool. So Sid Draper's going to be in the guts. I think he's missing the last two periods, so it'll only be the first four. So keep an eye out for him. It's about to kick off. I might be a little bit behind you, so I'll let you know when it bounces so you can line up the vision with myself if you want. Let me know if you can hear this, because I think I'll be in trouble if you can. Yeah. The bounce is just gone. O'Brien wins it. Peatling gets it to Soligo. And it stays. It didn't go anywhere. It's just a big kick up and down. Looks like it's going to be another stoppage. Yep. So it looks like Sweet is the main ruck. Interesting to see how the ruckman that tried to get out solo goes this year. Josh Worrell cuts off the Port Adelaide movement. It's just sitting on the wing. There hasn't been a lot of movement yet. Oof. Riley O'Brien marks it at half forward, gives it off. They go in deep to Tex. Tex takes the mark. He's about 15 out. He'll get this goal. I don't think Estava Radaglia is playing today, so I think Finlayson's playing down back. I don't know. I mean, I don't rate Estava hugely, but yeah, that's it'll be interesting to see how he does. We've got the first goal to Adelaide. It's only a minute and 20 odd in, 20, 30 in. Time keeps running. The clock looks a little odd. It says P5, which I thought was the 5th period. So I don't think I've missed any of this game. But yeah, I think the score clock is just getting out of that off-season funk, needs to catch up. We all feel it. It's good to have footy back. It's back in the center. It's going nowhere really. Bit of back and forth. Looks like it is getting out from Adelaide. They're going down deep. Dowling goes into Thilthorpe. This could be tough. I mean, we might have and I said this last night. I don't know how I feel about Port. It just doesn't feel great. And also Adelaide's forwards are just good. Like there's nothing wrong with them. So I think this could be a bit of a blowout if they're not careful. And it's goal number 2. Thilthorpe knocks it through. I think they're gonna need to I don't know what Port's gonna need to do. I don't think they've really got great tall defenders. So I mean, Ali is great as that sort of free defender. But yeah. Well, now says P1. So the scoreboard's caught up. With 4 minutes in, it's 2 goals to Adelaide. It's meant to be like 28 minutes per period, with 12 minutes off. It's a free kick to Juan Francis. He's running it inside 50. It wasn't a good ball inside 50. It's straight back to Adelaide. Adelaide's found a free. They're doing the switch. They'll get out here. This isn't going great for Port so far, but it's very, very early. Good tackle by Horn Francis on, I'm not sure, number 12. Is that Dawson? I think it is Dawson. But Horn Francis is kind of looking like the best out of the midfield so far. It's very early. It's a free kick to Willie. Willie Rioli's going to take a free kick. He'll probably take a snap here. Oh, it's good to see Sam Powell-Pepper back, like hip and shouldering people on a mark. That seems to be something he's pretty good at. Apologies, I am eating for anybody that's just joined. Are we doing Friday watch-alongs all year? And there's a little poll in the chat. So if you want to have the ability to vote, take it away from me to choose what I'd like to watch, you're welcome to. But yeah, I'm going to be watching all Fridays. So any other weeks, any other days, you can probably vote. I do feel a bit iffy about Saturdays. I feel bad for people that like don't have KO, right? Like that's sin. He goes in the midfield to Joe Richards. They get out. Butters kicks it in, and Rioli's got another shot. He missed his first. I don't mind their entry so far. Like they've kept it. Like Port's kept their entries very low, very like to players on a lead. And this time, Willie gets it. Good on him. Love Willie Real. He's a great player for mine. I think he's probably he had a bit of time off, so he's probably not appreciated in the same vein as some other small forwards in the league. But yeah, do think he's quite a good player. We are now 7-12. Port Adelaide 1-1-7. Adelaide 2-0-12. Have a look at my Port list. They've got it out of the midfield again. Wines goes deep. A bit of a nothing kick, but they've got it. No, Marshall tackled by Murray. But it is a holding the ball. Okay. They've got another shot, Adelaide. They're starting to put some pressure up forward. So it's not a bad thing. They're doing pretty well. Wasn't the most like pinpoint pass out of the centre, but brought it down, put the pressure back on, and they've got the free for it. So it's a fair effort. Was that touched off the mark? No, it was just very low. Didn't quite make the distance. Pal Pepper tried to take a snap and just didn't get onto it. They've kicked it outside 50, but the umpires are reviewing it. They've reviewed it all clear. It's a goal. Okay. That must have just got over the line. So Port's up 2-1-13 to Adelaide's 2-0-12. It's the first period. We're about 8.5 minutes in. Reasonably good so far. I'm liking this. It feels more like a game. Last match, last night felt a bit more like an exhibition match. Like everybody was just trying to give it a little bit of a crack. This feels much more like a real game. Yeah, it's good. Phil Thorpe's in the ruck. Interesting call. Stop checking. All right. Cool. Farrell gets it out of halfback. It'll be interesting to see if he's like a super coach fantasy player or not. Murray did well. Tapped it on. Adelaide's over the top now. Whoop. Whistle. Looks like Neal-Bullen went down. Not a bad hit. It wasn't a hard hit, but yeah, that's not what you want to see. Let's see this poll as far as I can tell. I'm trying to jump on, see if I can see it. No, interesting. Weird. There was a poll. I couldn't see it though. Whatever. All right. We've got 13-13. It's now equal. Adelaide's got it back level. Slammed out a defensive 50. I think Hinge is getting the free from Pal Pepper. Yeah. All right. Adelaide going to go in forward again. He Bombs it long, straight to the top of the goal square. And it's Rochelle with a mark over the back. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Rochelle should get this. Let's be real. I mean, he's had some issues with the Crows fans, maybe from celebrating a bit too much, but that means he kicks goals if he's celebrating and he gets it. Crows are now up 3-1. What are we looking at? 3-1, 19 to 2-1, 13. So Crows have got the wind. Looks like Neal-Bullen's playing up forward. We've got Peatling in the guts mostly, which is good to see for Supercoach fantasy players. I think this is it's just going to be tough. If I think midways these teams are fairly well matched, maybe even leaning towards Port Adelaide a bit more. But when you look at like offensive ends, right? You've got like Adelaide's offense versus Port's defense, and vice versa. I think good get out of the center. It was marked for Port by Logan Evans on the half-back line. Yeah, when I consider like which forward line is probably going to do more damage to the opposition, you got to be leaning towards Adelaide. Do think Port probably has a better midfield in some regards. Probably better rucks as well. Snap over the corner to get it out for the defense. Bad kick from Adelaide there. Oh, they gave Lockie Jones gave a free away. That wasn't great. It was a weak free. And then Port goes back and gets it. That looks like Bergman, yeah. All right. We've got some just long bomb footy to no one at this point. Both sides are kind of doing it. It's going out for a throw-in. Hopefully we see a little bit more class out of this stoppage. It's tapped over the top. Adelaide hasn't quite run onto it. And it's going to be another stoppage. No. It's a 3. That's an odd. Been pretty light freeze this last night and today. Well, Adelaide's getting another snap off. Peatling misses across the face. So it's now 3-2, 20 to Port Adelaide's 2-1, 13. I do think Adelaide has the potential to run away with it. I just think they're very dangerous up forward. But they have to get it there. And Port has a good midfield, so we'll see what happens. Oh, Port's going through the centre. Can they break free? Lockie Jones turns it over, and Adelaide's got it. They're going back. They're out. Oh, can Rochelle keep it in? He does. Nice. Right on the edge of the forward 50. He kicks it out in the full. Tries to be too cute. Keeps it along the line and pushes it out. Good mark. What's that? Georgiadis. Port really needs a bit from Marshall and Georgiadis this year if they're going to do well. There's no Dixon anymore. I almost missed out. Almost didn't even notice. Oh, Darcy Byrne-Jones gets a good mark over Miller. Miller are not the best defensively, but very strong mark from Byrne-Jones there. Just cut off the angle. Joe Berry got that in as well. That was a nice kick. Really 45-degree angled to a 1-1. I'm mistaken. That's Horn Francis. Barry got it from Horn Francis. Okay. 1 point game. Port down by 1. 3-2-20 to 3-1-19. It's good. It feels like it's got more than yesterday. Yesterday, I don't feel like it ever really got to kind of feeling like a match. This is already feeling like it. We know Adelaide and Port aren't the best of friends, so they've got a bit more on the line. They don't just want to let the opposition do what they want. So it's not just going to be about them today. It's going to be about how they deal with their opposition, which is good. That's what you want from footy. So I think we've got a good match. We're back inside the centre bounce. Brian taps that, but Horn Francis gets it. Miller has got the market half back. He's going back up the wing, but he just turns it straight over to Horn Francis. Horn Francis looking like a must-have if you're into your super coach and fantasy. Very short kick there. Puts a bit of pressure on for Rosie, I believe. And then it's turned over. Too much pressure from Adelaide. And then Horn Francis again. He just intercepts it. Well done. It looks like you're going to have to pick him. Like if this is the kind of game they're going to play with him pretty much in the center, being the big body, then yeah, I don't see how they can do it. Well, surely that's a play on. Bizarre. Thilthorpe got a free kick. Terrible kick inside 50. Rosie intercepts. They're going back. Adelaide's going back. Port Adelaide, that is. Jeez. I've got to be careful with this game. It's gonna be tougher than most. We've got Peatling marking it now. They're just trying to pepper the 50, Adelaide. They've gone back in. It's gone over the top, and they've given a free. Who is this to? It's going to Rochelle by the looks of it. No, it's Dawson. Dawson probably kicks this. Let's be real. Good goal. 4-2, 26 to Port Adelaide's 3-1-19. 7-point lead. I mean, nothing crazy happening so far. I don't think either team lets this get too out there. I think this ends up being a close affair. It's been a few weak free kicks. You kind of hope that doesn't. I mean, you hope that doesn't continue through the year, but if it's going to, you hope it's just at least consistent. 20 minutes in, going back to the centre now. Are we going to see Port Adelaide strike back or not? Sweet versus O'Brien in the ruck. And we're bouncing for what? Oh, Sweet gets it over the back. It's not gone anywhere. O'Brien kicks it off the ground. Rosie's got it to Wines, to Francis. Ooh. Curtin tries to intercept, but it looks like it's just going to be held up. No, tripping to Rosie in a tackle. He's got the free. That's another pretty weak kick, free kick. Georgiadis is getting it on a lead, about 50 out, probably 45-degree angle. Yeah, it's going to be an important year. They need him to stay healthy. He had a few issues last year. Georgiades probably one that can kick this. Not on normal ground, though. He's pretty far out. There might be a bit more wind. See what he does. He's walking in now. Georgiades kicks it from just inside 50. And he kicked it across the face. Not a great kick, to be honest. So it's held by Adelaide in the back pocket. I think that's Neal-Bullen. Yep. He's going down the line. And he goes long. Not a high percentage kick. And Alia's got it. Yeah, they give him that mark. What does Alia do with it? He goes out onto the wing. Not great possession. Bergman's got it. Deep between the wing and half-forward flank. He goes in long himself. Another not particularly high percentage kick, and it's going to be held up for a stoppage in just out kind of middle forward pocket sort of thing. Got a jump ball. Sweet tries to get it out, and Adelaide's gotten it from the ground. They've got a rushed kick out of defence. It looks like it might be. It's going to be held up for another stoppage just outside the 50. So Jones is a big man, jeez. Adelaide tries to get it out of the centre. Oh, Saligo just gets free. Now, he's been held up. Burton did well. Oof. It's a free kick. Fogarty got free, got the mark. But Lockie Jones, jeez, he's a big man. He gets the free. Saligo, great breakaway from stoppage there. Really good. Drew's got it on halfback for Port. They're going up the wing. Camera side on the wing. Wines has got it. He gets stripped in the tackle. It's gotten out. Burton's still got it. And he's going to try check side it along the boundary. Can he keep it in? No. Very, very low percentage kick there. Adelaide's got it back. They've chipped it inside. They're about 10 metres inside the boundary. They've gone up the line to Thilthorpe. Thilthorpe takes the mark at the true wing position, camera side. He goes even longer down the boundary. They're playing the safety plays, and it stays in. It's gone to ground, though. Chase Jones gets it up and out. Crouch gets it, but gets tackled. And it's looking like it's going to go for a stoppage. It is. Tex Walker takes him down. It's starting to look like a bit of a real game. We've got about 3 minutes left, and Adelaide hasn't gotten it out, and they're taken over the line for a boundary throw-in. We're going to see how this next stoppage goes. That was a bad boundary throw-in. Matt Crouch trying to get his hands free, but strong tackle from Joe Berry. Butters into Rioli inside, but just nobody there. And they're gonna switch it, Adelaide. They're going to the fat wing. We're probably going to see an inside 50 here if this stays a good inside 50. If this stays a short kick, last kick inside. Too long, cut off, and it's going back out over the top of the next target, and it's in dispute out on Adelaide's just outside their forward 50. They're going back in with a very long kick to no one, and that's out for a boundary throw-in. We've got about 2.5 minutes left, maybe a bit less than that in the first quarter. Adelaide 4-2-26 to Port Adelaide 3-1-19. It's about to be a throw-in. It was a pretty short one before. They're lining pretty far back. I don't know if this really gets to them, to be honest. Oh, no, that was a great boundary throw-in. All right. Tex Walker on the Takes Walker on the boundary throw-in as the ruckman. He nearly gets it out, but he gets tackled before. And that might wrap it up for the end of this quarter. We've got about, end of this period, we've got about a minute and a half left. It's been good. It's been good. Port Adelaide's probably just going to shift around the defence here. I don't see a ton happening at this point. They have gone long out of defence. Interesting. It's along the boundary. Will it be a turnover? Can they make it a stoppage at least? It's going over the boundary line. It's going to be another stoppage. We've got 1 minute and 10 seconds left. And they're going to throw it in. Got a nice look at Neal-Bullen there in his new uniform. And it's thrown in. That's very short, very short. And it's straight back out for another boundary throw in. That barely made it 10 metres. That was shocking. That's a bit better. Gets another 10 metres on it. It's out into the wing position. Adelaide's going to give it one more crack inside 50. There's about 30 seconds left. Port is going to let it get out. No, it's still in. It's now out for a boundary throw. We've got about 20 seconds left. That should be pretty much the end of the period. Look, reasonable from Port Adelaide. A lot of what they needed here was to just make sure defence looked all right, make sure any sort of new structures look strong. Oh, no, it's gotten over the top. There is 4 seconds left. Can they hold this? And it looks like it's going to be all right. We've got the siren going. So Crows look strong going forward. It's 4-2 to 3-1-19. It's Adelaide in front. They've got a free kick. Oh, Port. Oh, wow. Okay. So KO has just gone to an ad break. It looks like Adelaide got a free kick in front of goal after the siren, or maybe just as the siren was going. They're going to be lining up. This might be a different scoreline. We might have different results. So keep an eye out for after this break. This could be an extra goal to Adelaide here. It's a shame that we've only got KO. I might even look for radio next time to listen to people that have a bit better commentary. And I don't get cut off by ads from KO as well. So that might be the go next time. But yeah, there should be a free kick, and I'm guessing a goal to Adelaide. We're still on the ad break though, so let's hopefully get back to the action any second now. But I'm assuming we've got about 3-4 ad breaks here at least, or ad rolls. So we've probably got another minute till we know what happened. Interesting call. I've got some food here, guys. I don't want to just scare you with food out of nowhere, but we are going to eat a little bit of dinner. Go grab some dinner, grab some snacks. The footy will be back very soon. What online radio got this? That is a good question, mate. I had a look at the a little look at it before. Let me see if I can find it. Radio. I'm guessing. There's a few websites that seem to have radio. There is like no. That's... I'd be checking triple. There's Triple M, 3AW, Croc Media, ABC, SEN. Depends where you are in Australia, I suppose. But there's a few different partnerships for radio. You should be able to get one of them online. I'm assuming ABC Sport probably has you if you want to chuck that on for a listen. But yeah, I think there might be another goal to Adelaide. It looks like they gave away a free kick with the siren going. They've cut to an ad break, and we should be coming back Nah, second last ad roll. So we've got the ad roll for the for KO, and then we should be back into the actual programming. So we've got one more ad break. I reckon Adelaide got a goal. I think it was Thilthorpe they gave it to. It's only 15 meters out on an angle. Surely he kicks that. Yeah, you can go to search ABC AFL. There's like a yeah, I might be able to chuck this in chat. Hang on. Give me a second. There's like a ABC AFL in there that should have the radio. I'm just watching KO still, but give that a look. They normally have what you want. All right, so we've got this bloody. They've done like a 2-minute ad roll for their final ad. Jeez, I wish I got 2-minute ad rolls on YouTube. Nobody would watch me, but they've got to be the most expensive things. They've got to cost a ton. All right, we're back to it. Did Adelaide actually get a goal or not? Oh my god, they've done another Fox footy ad. All right, this should be their last. If they don't normally do more than one self promotion, and it's always at the end, so we'll see. Josh White, how'd you find us, mate? If you're still in chat. All right, we're finally back to KO. They went to commercial too early. Thilthorpe got a free kick and slotted the goal. Like I said, I had some psychicness going on there. I was just like, Thilthorpe got a free. They just chucked him the ball as we cut to ad break. They screwed up. But we are back to the next period. This is going to be a 6-period match. I believe. I don't know if we've got a long. I think the next long break is 12 minutes as well. So, yeah, we're unfortunately going to be a little bit off the next break. I might even, while I'm. I'll just chill here. That's all right. Yeah, Adelaide's midfield look good. I think it's good to see that Peatling's actually in the guts. Draper's looked okay. I haven't seen tons of him, but he should be playing until P4. Geez, this is going to be a long stream. If it's 28 minutes per period and then 12-minute off times, that's going to be wild. All right, we're about to go back into the second period for our second. Ooh, big tap out. Port Horne-Francis surely gets a free there. That was high. He's called holding the ball. That was rough. That was very rough. What's going on here? 50 meters. This is okay. I've said it a couple times. This is very weak in terms of free kicks. That's just not really there. Like this is an instant shot at goal for Adelaide. Probably shouldn't have been given. Like a free kick should have realistically been given to Horne-Francis there. That's high. Sligo held on to him, got the free though, and then Horne-Francis steps off the mark before the play on was called. And then Sligo gets a 50. He's banged it in from about 40 out. That's his first for the night. Adelaide's midfield looks decent. They look pretty good. I know there's a few people that don't get great raps, Sligo kind of being one of them. But I'm a fan of him. I think he does all right. Could do a bit better with disposal usage. But it's what you want. You want somebody getting the footy, and his breakaway is pretty nice when he does. So I like Adelaide. They got some good options. All right. So we are now going back into the middle for another jump ball. Can Adelaide get control of this? It's starting to not look great. 19-38 isn't what you want. Adelaide's got it. Rosie's got it out. Sweet chips it out to Burton. Burton doesn't go to anyone. That's at best 2-on-1 situation. At worst 3-0. That was a nothing kick from Burton. So we're about 50 out from Port's goal. It's a throw-in. Can we actually get something here from Port? They haven't been bad. They've just been a bit under pressure defensively, and Adelaide's offense is good. So Adelaide's got it off half-back. Jones kicks it down the line, and it's intercepted along the ground. Bergman gets tackled. Thilthorpe grabs it off the ground. They've got it out. Could this be a shot? Dawson gets it inside 50 to Tex, and he gets a free chop of the arms, going back with the fly. That's kind of fair. Adelaide looks good. Adelaide looks good. Horne-Francis is down. That's not great. Burton's down as well. Okay. This isn't great. Walker kicks the goal. Adelaide 7-2, 44 to Port Adelaide's 3-1-19. This poses as a potentially dangerous match for Port. Nothing too bad showing so far, but Adelaide's strong, and you just don't want them to get out to too much of a lead. This is going to be a big match, right? Like, this is going to go for a long time. I think Dan Does Footy had a joke at Paddy Dangerfield's expense, saying we don't need shorter quarters. If anything, we need test footy. This is going to be pretty close to test footy. 6 28-minute quarters is a long match. It's a very long match. We're back in the center now. It's a jump ball, and Adelaide's got it again. Rob is going to do the inside 50. He hits an Adelaide player in the back with his kick. We've got Dawson delivering inside 50 now. It's gone over the top. It's going to be a snap from Jones. He got it. This is looking dangerous. Adelaide look like they could just start running away with this. And when you've got another whole match to go, you don't need to be 30 points. You don't need to be, 50-19, 31 points down. This is looking worrisome. Yeah. Let me get rid of that. That was a terrible bounce in the middle. Adelaide's got it again. Oh, thank God. Oh, my Lord. Farrell gives away a free. That's going to be Mark. No, thankfully. Aaliyah cuts it off and gets it out of there. Richards has got it at half back. I mean, he chips it out to the wing. It's just sideways movement. Boak's got it. He's going to go 20 meters forward. They're really not. They haven't really moved anywhere. Pepper's on the wing. He half back wing, and he's going to go long. He hasn't found an option. He's going to the contest. It is at best a 2-on-2 there, and Adelaide gets it, and they are straight back out. And they're back onto the same wing spot. Their central wing. I mean, Pepper basically got it 20 meters forward and turned over. That wasn't very good. Saligo gets it a little bit further out from half forward flank, and it gets it into the half forward flank, and it's over the line for a throw in. All right, this is looking bad. I'm gonna be real. Adelaide needs to fix up their movement. Like these long passes to nothing that you're just asking to turn it over. So they've got handball movement now. What are they going to do? Pepper bangs it in between his player and a bunch of Adelaide players and turns it over. Yeah. They got to stop kicking like 40 plus meters to no one. Like it's just not helpful. Dowling's going to a 3-on-2 for Adelaide up forward. This could be dangerous. There's 4-on-2 now. It's been turned over. Rochelle gets a shot off, but he goes across the face for a point. This is dangerous. I reckon we're going to see a 100-point loss at this rate. The match is too long. They just won't be able to hold out. And like I understand, it'll be VFL players a lot coming in period 5 and 6, and probably even 3 and 4 a fair bit. But I mean, Hugh Bond, and it's out in the full pocket for Adelaide. Look, they went long there. It wasn't to anybody particularly, but it was to good space, and they managed to hold it in that space. It's going to be a throw in. Can we see something? Can we see something from Joe Berry? Can we see something from, I don't know, a Willie Rioli? We need somebody small to get along the ground and start putting in some hard pressure. There needs to be some ground ball gets. The small players need to do their job. Adelaide's holding out Port at the moment in the defensive fit. That's a free to somebody. No, it's not. And it's gotten over for a rush behind. That's a free to somebody. Like, I'm not close enough to tell who's holding who there, but both players went down in a scuffle nowhere near the marking contest, trying to get to it. I don't know what you really call it, but Adelaide's got it back now from this, and they're out through the centre. They are just running, and Mitch Hinges away. He's found the switch out wide. Fogarty's gone back in. They're lining up for a shot, 40 out, like 20 degrees off, direct in front. Like it's Adelaide looks dangerous going forward. Port doesn't look like they've got positioning correctly in defence. Like I don't understand how you're in like a front position when you're defending against like a behind that you just got. Like, your opponent's got the ball from all the way back there. I don't understand how you end up in an attacking defense position. It's just not right. So I've said this in last night's stream, but there's a few ways you can defend, right? You've got in front or behind the player. You've got on the fat side or in corridor. And right now it looks like they're playing in front. That is Port's defenders. I don't know why. I don't think it matters too much. It depends what they want to do with fat side or corridor, but I don't really think playing in front in the position that they were in is the right thing to do. They can't let their players get out the back. They've got to have eyes on the footy at the same time. All right, we're back into the middle. Can Port do something here? It's 57-20. We've still got another, 16 and a half minutes in this period. We've got another 2 periods after that before we're looking at period 5 and 6. Adelaide's going forward again. This looks like he's dropped the mark. Neal-Bullen's maybe gotten it free. He gets it out to Crouch. Crouch gets a snap off. It's right up the front. And it's going to be a ball up right in front of Adelaide's goals. I think this is a goal to Adelaide, at least a score. Oh. Boat gets it out, just misses the contest, and it's out the back. It's on the wing. Berry's provided good pressure and got the ball back to Horne-Francis at halfback flank. He did well. They didn't go forward, right? Like, they didn't do what they probably want to do, but they maintained possession. They've got an opportunity now. What was probably a score is not. Well done. They are going long down the line from the wing to half forward flank to a fair contest, and it's been turned over. Adelaide's looking for the corridor again. They've got the overlap running, going. Can they get it before they're wrapped up? And no. Malera's taken in the center square. It's between the bounce and Port's half forward line. It's another jump ball, and Adelaide should get a free for a high there to Peatling, and he gets it. He's gone out to the wing. It's to Neal-Bullen. Bullen's in a one-on-one, and he's managed to get around his opponent. He's gone in forward, and Horne-Francis with a good cutoff. Port have gone end to end. They're going inside 50 here from Darcy Jones, and he finds the small lead. They've got a good shot. Rosie's going to take a shot, maybe 35-40 out on a slight angle. That was probably the best play from Port all day. They just went end to end. They were on a 45-degree angle from half-back flank to half-forward flank, found the cross into like direct line on goal in that last kick. That was really well played. Now, Rosie's going to come in, take the shot. Does he do what they want and finish off the good job? He does. It's now 26-57. They need another couple to kind of hold off this potential onslaught, but it's looking good. It's looking pretty good. It's a game that both teams seem to care about. And the skills haven't been perfect, but there's elements of trying things that you should be. Port's early on were doing very short kicks inside 50, and they got a few goals early because of it. This last one was the same. They need to keep their eyes down. They can't go too long with it. We're going back into the center for another bounce. We've got about 13 minutes left. All right, we're about to do another bounce. And they're going to call that back, surely. That was awful. Back in for a jump ball this time. Called back the bounce. And this time Rob gets it out the back, but Adelaide have managed to keep it moving forward. Horne-Francis was tackled into the ground. He's got one for pushing the back. They're going to go inside 50 here. They don't want to go too long. Adelaide's starting to flood back. Port went a bit more central. Fully corridor. Kane Farrell has gone in long. Goes to the top of the square. Who was that? Willem Drew kicked off the ground, and it's 4 behind. Went for it. Gave it a crack. You got to. But not good enough. So at this point, I'm not loving all of Adelaide's Port's inside 50s. Adelaide's looking pretty good across all lines. Port's not looking bad, don't get me wrong, but there's been a lot of soft threes. Tomorrow, 11 a.m, we do have St Kilda versus Carlton. I will be on for that as well. So if you're at all interested, aren't able to get to the game, come say hello. Should be some fun. And we should either see my team do good or not. And considering it's St Kilda, it's a bit of a worry. We did beat Carlton last time, so hopefully we do all right. We've got Port peppering this sort of boundary of the 50. Burgoyne's found another short lead further out. Richards takes the short option. He doesn't get it very far. It ends up back with Richards, and he gets tackled over the boundary line. That's just not great movement. They managed not to bomb it in long, which is good. So there's positives. Yeah, there is. Fogarty managed to collect it at halfback. Gives it off to Dawson, who goes down the line. Aaliyah with the big spoil. It's sitting around the wing in dispute. Adelaide gets it back, and they're over the top with a big hand pass. Keys gets it in to the corner of the square. We're going to Miller a bit more central. He's going long. And it hasn't been marked. There's a few players down. It looks like this is going to go up for a jump ball. Doesn't look like anybody's injured. Tex in the right cut forward is an interesting call. Would have thought Phil Thorpe would be doing that. So it ends up as a free in at the halfback flank for Port. They've found somebody on the wing. Pau Pepper is going central. Horne-Francis and Willie Rioli are in one-on-ones inside 50. Horne-Francis has managed to find Pau Pepper running past again. He's going to take a shot. He's missed it out to the right. Port's looking all right. They're not doing too bad. There was a moment there where this looked not great and not an evening that Port fans would want to watch. But they've turned it back. They've gotten a bit of control over the ball. That was a strong mark, but ends up being a free kick to Dawson. These are very weak free kicks. Like I couldn't tell what that was for. Miller bombs it in, but Aaliyah cuts it off. So Port's defense is finding a free one out the side. They're trying to find a little bit of movement, but their ball use is disgusting. It's gone over the top for their movement outside 50 and found an Adelaide player. Adelaide straight back in the centre. They've managed to get it right in front of the goal, and Curtin gets a goal, walking it in with nobody on him. That's just not. I mean, it's not like that was a tough kick. Like, that was a 15, 20-meter kick to somebody in space, and he just went straight over the top of them, gave it straight back to the opposition, and led to a goal. Not particularly great in terms of usage in every moment, but Port's, I like when they're lowering their eyes, but they're not doing that particularly often. We've got about 6 minutes left of this period, not quarter. We're back in the centre for another jump ball. It's 10-3-63 to 4-4-28. Adelaide lead. We've got about another whole match to go after this. I don't know how well. Oh, Adelaide's out again. Oh, Draper gets it out to Murph. I think it is. All right. Yep. Yikes. Adelaide's lining up for number 11. 22 minutes into the second. This is about to be either 64 or 69 to 28. Yeah, this could be a shellacking. That kick was directly on target. So Ben Keys kicks it. That's 11-3, 69 to Port Adelaide's 4-4-28. 23 and a half minutes gone in the second period. So we've got about 5.5 minutes left. Yeah, just not great. Realistically, I don't think Port's doing a ton wrong. They're missing players, right? I don't think Estava would have changed a ton. Toby, stop it. Sorry, guys. Dog is doing dog things and doing what they shouldn't. Buddy, get out. If you're going to do that, get out of here. Come on, out, now, out. Out, move, get up, move. Get out. Get out. All right. Joe Barry has got it. Half forward flank for Port. He's found somebody up short, and it's Joe Richards. 2 new Joes to Port Adelaide's lineup. Can Joe Richards give a bit more respect to Port? It hasn't been great this first half. And he's got it. Joe Richards kicks the goal. It's now 5-4, 34 to 11-11, 69. Adelaide leads. There is probably about 3.5 minutes left in this period. I don't think we're going to see a big catch-up here from Port with the final amount of time we've got left, but another goal or two can make this game at least competitive as we go into the next period. I think they're not bad. Like, Port struggles with some of their personnel. Like, Estava's missing, and he's probably not the biggest name in their defense, but they don't have a ton backing him up. So we'll see how this goes, because there is some strong key forwards for Adelaide, and it's why they're leading, in my opinion. But we're back in the centre. We've got another jump ball. Can we see it go to Port, and can they get another goal? We've got about 3 minutes left. O'Brien gets it. Sligo's trying to get out of there, but he gets tackled. It's getting knocked forward by Port. They're trying to find somebody. Big tackle on the half forward 50 flank. Crouch getting tackled, but gets a kick off, and it's marked. Wines has got it. He's lining up. He's banging it inside 50. And he's found Joe Richards again in a very similar spot, maybe 5 meters closer. Port can make this a bit more of a match. They need to get this goal. But, 5 goals at the half isn't, or the first half. I don't know what you want to call this, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Joe Richards has walked back. Can he kick this goal? It's going to be pretty important for him. And he has hit it just to the rock. Doesn't quite get it through. Dang. So it's 5-5, 35 to 6-9. No, 5-5, 35 to 11-3, 6-9, 69. We've got Adelaide out past the halfback flank on the wing. Move it up forward, down the wing, and this is a big mark from Dawson across the back. Strength shown. And he goes in short. Is it going to get cut off? Yes, Port gets it. All right, we're doing all right here. We've got a bit of a fight back from Port. There's a minute to go in this. They're trying to find a bit of overlap in this last chain, and they've turned it over badly. Curtin's found Walker. No, he hasn't. Good cutoff. Bergman cut it off. Well done. There's about 40 seconds left. Hopefully nothing major happens for either team here. Geez, Port might have turned it over again. They have. Saligo's got it. He's taken a shot. He's just missed it. Oh my Lord. I've got like the worst commentator's curse I've seen in a little bit. Jeez. That was bad. I'm also not a commentator. So like anybody watching this, I sometimes get a name wrong, something like that, Give me a break. It's true. All right, there's about 5 seconds left. Realistically, the siren will go before anything happens. Siren goes. All right, cool. All right. Yeah. I mean, it looked dangerous there at Port for moments, like really bad. No freeze after the siren this time. No more shots after the siren this time, thankfully. But there's moments where Port looks all right. Going in forward, they look not bad. I'm gonna mute this. Hang on, take these out. We've got a 12-minute break or so. But like Port look all right in moments. Apologies for that, guys. Apologies for that. I think that should be working. I think. I'm not sure. All right, so don't do that. Lesson learned. Thank you. It does appear as though my sound is coming through now. Not sure if yeah, okay, cool. Cheers, mate. Thank you. I'm not sure how that happened. There's I haven't quite figured out OBS properly, so I've been using a different way of streaming. And it seems to have a few little bugs in it, which is bloody annoying. But thank you for letting us know. Yeah, Flailing Eagle, how'd you find the stream? How'd you find me, mate? How are you enjoying the match as well? Watch this. Sure. And Eagle, are you an Eagle fan? I feel like that's a thing. But you're also watching a Port match, so who really knows? Yeah. Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, glad to see that you've found us through the YouTube channels. They're finding people, that sort of thing. Your pies, man. Ah, cool. I yeah did a bit of a chat with Luke. He was lovely. Done a few chats with Luke. To be fair, he's it's just the first one on camera, so he's a lovely dude. Similar with Anthony. We actually went and did dinner a couple months back. That was really nice as well. Before he was off the sauce, so we got a few beers in, and he pulled a Houdini on us. And yeah, it was right after the game. He's just gone. It's pretty funny. But yeah, he was out of there. He was drunk as. It's good fun. I think we might be doing a catch up again as the season gets going, but I'm not sure. I think there's meant to be some sort of like creator catch up, but I don't know if anybody's really planning it. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, really, I haven't turned on my goddamn light. Let's see if that makes any difference at all. I mean, a little bit. I look a little bit warmer. All right, cool. But yeah, we might be doing a catch up again. I know the boys have been saying hello and chatting a lot at training. So they're like, I think they've done a couple of coffees. I'm not sure. But yeah, love Swoop, love Anthony. Good people, really good people. And yeah, we've got this starting again. I'm not going to listen to it this time because I feel like that's screwed with something. So we're just going to chill. But we got this starting again. This will be the last. Oh no, we've got four periods of like regular teams, or at least pretty close. And then the last two periods are going to be a bit more VFL teams. But it's good to see that there's actually a bit of competing going on here from Port Adelaide. It did not look great for a while though, and they're one of my early picks to not do great this year. I just don't think you get rid of like your coach this close to the season if you think you're making finals and going deep. So if they don't trust that they're going to do it, I don't trust that they're going to do it. Adelaide gets it out of the center again. I forget if that's Lockie. I think it's Lockie Jones. I forget who he is, but he is a beast of a man. Jeez, thick boy. Terrible fucking kick. Oh my lord. Apologies, I didn't mean to swear. But yeah, it's straight back into Thilthorpe. All right. I mean, I'm not a Port man. Like, I don't really care what happens here, but that was shocking footy. The thing is, right, Port should be better in the guts. Like, they should be a better midfield stoppage team. They got two ruckmen to choose from that are both fairly good. They've got a large group of youngsters, young midfielders that are good. Look, I don't think you can do a ton of rosé and butters together. I think they're just not quite strong enough, to be honest. But I mean, Horn Francis is. So, I mean, at worst, you've got one of those two rotating in, and then you've got a Bergman or something like that can shut people down. They shouldn't be bad in the guts. I mean, Port should be winning this out of the guts all the time, but they're not. And they're not great defensively. So, yeah, this isn't like they're not getting the opportunities to go forward, is essentially it. They're not moving the ball past the center line when they don't win the contest, and just keeps coming back in. God damn, I've got tomato sauce on the table. No, not tomato sauce. It's called bolognese. All right, there we go. Port's got it out the middle. Ran into a bit of a trouble, but they still got it. They've gone in via the wing. It was a deep kick, and it's made it over the top to Georgiades. I think that's Georgiades. You look forward to the projections. Are they going to be based off my list analysis? So, yeah, kind of. I'm gonna have the list analysis and kind of all the things up on the side of the top 8, so you can kind of see how they compare against each other in that regard. In terms of the actual projection, I'm mostly doing a Poisson projection. So I can do the whole season to a degree, but it's really just to kind of do a ton of different projections. Go, all right, what does it equal? What are the numbers? And then kind of write a script around it. And I'm pretty close. The way you kind of check to see if it's accurate or not is kind of go through last season, see kind of what numbers you're getting. And realistically, hasn't been doing quite the numbers that I want. So it's not been as accurate as I'd like it to be. But that's what happens in a lot of regards. All of these things just aren't perfect. Numbers don't tell you all the stories. So it should be interesting either way. My thoughts versus what the computer says and all that, or what the numbers say, they do differ a bit. I don't think certain teams are going to do great next year or this year, when the numbers from last year probably suggest that they should still do well. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see if it ruffles any feathers. I don't think so, but I don't know. A lot of it's not even my opinion. I try to put my opinion in there a little bit, but I'm just saying what numbers say and what I think the numbers mean in a lot of regards. So, yeah, hopefully you'll like the final top 8 one. That'll have the rest of the teams I haven't done and a bit about the list analyses and comparing them all. And the projection one's a little bit different, but it's kind of based off a lot of the same stuff. But yeah, we're getting about 5 minutes in here now. We got to throw in along the half forward line for the Crows, I believe. And it looks like it's going to be a jump ball as well. Yeah, so I mean, I'm keen. The only thing I'm struggling with at this point is trying to make things more accurate, and finishing off this top 8 script, man. It is so long, to the point in which I'm debating what I do with it because it's too long for one video. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what to do with that one. I've already done recordings with some people, or with a person, for a kind of special guest feature sort of thing, and then might have another one or two. But yeah, still got to nail out an extra third of the script still, man. It's so long. Oh, it's doing my head in. But yeah, I'm starting to cut things down and just starting to put a bit of a template on how I want things to go. So I'm going to reassess once I get to the very end, which is probably another couple of days away, hopefully end of this weekend. And yeah, just double check what it's all looking like, because it's going to be a long video. And yeah, it's starting to get to crunch time. It's just crunch time, but it's good. We got footy back. We got Georgiades lining up for another goal. Port's starting to mount a little bit of effort here. It's good. It's good. Good to have footy back. So it will be a kick from outside 50. I think Georgiades, from memory, has kind of not the best leg from these sort of areas, but that's from memory. And look, that's just an average. So maybe he slams this one through. And he does. Oh, no, he's just missed it. Dang. Dang. Yeah, Port 6-6-42 to Adelaide's 12-5, 77. 7 minutes gone into the third period. I mean, it's been an interesting match. There's been moments where I've been worried for Adelaide. They've come back. They've had moments where they're quite strong as well. So at this point, they just need to get a couple goals and they'll start to make the score more respectable. From there, it's about, can they actually win it? I don't think they can at this point, but who knows? They have gotten it over the top, and it has made it through for a behind. So it's now 6-7-43. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Oh, brother, yeah, the patience is the hardest part, honest God. The effort isn't too hard if you just want to do one video about something that you're interested in, you know. But when you're trying to do 11 videos about an idea you were interested in like 6 months ago, Jesus. Oh, it's hard. There's moments where I just can't be bothered, but it's fun. I mean, it's good to see people like it, that sort of thing. We've got it out on the wing. It's in dispute. Port's got it. They're coming back in. That should be bounce. Yeah, he bounced it. Good. They're going back in side 50 and a shocking kick. Shocking kick inside 50. Immediate turnover to the person right in front of them. And Adelaide look like they're out. If they didn't drop that mark in the center of the ground, they were definitely out. It looks like it's going to be a stoppage and a jump ball. Yeah, wow. So I don't think Adelaide, Port, this Adelaide versus Adelaide match, screwing with me. It's too early in the season to have clubs this closely named together fighting it out. Yeah, I don't see Port getting it back, but they've put on a lot more pressure than they were the previous 2 periods, and they've got a shot inside 50 now. So hopefully they actually get this one. I think they've missed 3 in a row now. But yeah, again, thank you, Flailing. It's definitely like the patience is the hardest part, bro. Like easily. There's things I wanted to do months back that I've just put on the back burner because it's like I just don't have time. I don't have time to get it all done. Also makes it hard to like be involved in other things that I like to do. Shit, that was just such a shocking shot. Oh my lord. Who was that? Oh, that was a Lukosius. Dang. That was a shot. That was a shocker of a shot. They should send Lukosius back. I know he doesn't want to play as a defender, but God, Port need tall defenders. He might be that sort of second, third tall type, but they need something else. Adelaide's got the overlap hand pass on the wing, and they've drilled it inside 50. Looks like Curtin lining up. Yeah. Not Port's best effort so far. Curtin finds somebody inboard. It's pretty far out now. They're outside 50 now. They're trying to find the corridor here. So they've gone 20, 30 meters back. and then they've kind of gone back. Port is not manning their man nearly enough defensively. Oh Lord, don't. Okay. Jeez. Port don't look good defensively. I think Adelaide and Gold Coast are in the 8 this year, mate. I think both of them have shown mostly what they need to do. Adelaide less so. Oh, he snuck that through. What a shot. Adelaide less so to a degree. To be honest, I don't rate Port. This is kind of a year I expected them to fall down a little bit. So I don't feel like this match is telling me a ton, to be honest. But I've definitely got Gold Coast in there, especially after the display last night. It was, it was impressive. It was very impressive. They were very close last year. They just didn't pull it together in times of need, and I think they do it this year. I don't think there's as many times they need to pull something out of their hat. I think they get it done. We are 6-7-43 to Adelaide's 13-5-83. 40 points the difference, 12.5 minutes into the third period. We've still got a whole, double this amount of time to go. This is a 6-period match. This could end up being a 100-point drubbing, even with, Port looking somewhat competitive throughout half the match so far. They haven't looked shocking. Yeah, just a few games. If they'd won a few of those away games, Port, Gold Coast gets in. And there was a few teams last year that did it as well. I think this year we look at maybe a pretty different ladder. There's some teams I don't know how they do. I've been saying for years that I don't understand the general makeup of Geelong's list. I don't think when you look at it on paper, it's okay. It doesn't scream top 4 side though. It's one of those ones where I kind of think Bailey Smith helps, right? But I wonder 2 years out of the game, learning a new setup, things like that, trying to have his influence. I don't know if that helps a ton. And the Cats did really well last year, so do they need to change things up a ton? I don't know. I don't understand the Cats list a ton. I've been saying for a while, I think that they should be starting to regress, and they just kind of haven't. So I don't know. I just don't get them. That being said, yeah, I agree with you. I think last year, Gold Coast, bang on, just a couple of games away, and they just couldn't quite get it done. Freo was similar. Couldn't quite get it done in that last few games. Geelong are a really well-coached team. They set up behind the ball well, you're right. They just do the right things. They have been consistently well-coached for, better part of decades, probably, at this point. So, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it's just ingrained, getting the best out of every player. But yeah, I just I don't see it. Every year I don't quite see how they're going to make the top 4 or even top 8 in some regards. And they're always either in the top 4 or just outside of it. So I don't know. I try not to pick Geelong too much. Freo is an interesting one. This will come down to their coach, I reckon. Tactically, I mentioned it in my video. I don't love how they set up defensively. I don't love how they use their defense as their offense. So I just think they play way too far up the ground. They're really, really. And Port's out. All right, nice. They're really susceptible to over the top ball movement, and it happens. And they get caught out with just defenders And honestly, their midfields don't get back. Like they just don't. So yeah, I reckon as much as I don't think it helps them a ton, I think they probably should look at Young maybe going back to halfback flank because they're just not, they weren't using ball movement out of there well. And like they've got a reasonable midfield without him there. So maybe you send him that back to the back line. We've got Lukosius lining up about 45 out or so on a 45-degree angle. This is going to be the year where it either works or doesn't for Lukosius. Like you don't go to a new team, get the spot you've been trying to get for a while, and do nothing in it to like stay in the role. So it's a pretty big year for him. He needs to kick these sort of goals, get these sort of marks. Crows or Port? Crows or Port? I'm a Crows man. I think for this match, ooh, did he get it? Yeah, good goal from Lukosius. Long kick. I'm a Crows man for this match. I think generally for the season as well, it's I lean towards the Crows doing more. But it'll be an interesting year. I don't think I'm right though. Like I'm hardly ever right about these things. I make some wild calls all the time. Big kick from Lukosius. It's a super goal. Give him 9 points. Yeah, I tend to think they're better. So we're back in the centre now. They've started to pull back a bit. I mean, the Power's doing all right. And they've kind of done this a few times this match as well, where they've pulled it back a bit and haven't really come back entirely. But they haven't looked shocking throughout the match, which is good. 83 to 49. Yeah, well, that's kind of it. Crows are clearly doing better right now. Defensively, I didn't expect to see O'Brien back there. Good mark. Oh, picked up. Deep kick from Port. Well offline. Didn't make the distance either. And Adelaide's running it back out. This looks, they're free. If they can find the man over the top, they're free, but I don't think they'll find it. All right. The Crows look for the switch here. Do they go down the line? I don't love down the line footy. I mean, that 20-minute kick's not much better either. But I don't love down the line footy to contests. Maybe if you're really getting destroyed and you just need a bit of room, a bit of breathing space, but that sort of kick is not a great kick. It's just a very low percentage kick. It just doesn't lead to retention. Maybe a ball up, maybe you're looking at 50-50 contests, sure, but not actually keeping the ball, getting another disposal off to a teammate. So that's what we want to see. It was a ball up right at the boundary, and Port have got it. They're starting to run through the centre. They've got some overlap working. Pal Pepper's going to take the shot from about 40 out. Little angle on the run, misses it across the face. It's now 7-8-50 to 13-5, 83. Third term is here. We've probably only got 8 minutes left. I like seeing the Crows. Yeah. Crows have some great ball movement when they're doing it well. And like honestly, they've done it well most of this whole match. They're really aiming for that central movement when possible. So I like what I'm seeing. When they get a bit stagnant, that chip back and forth play, not the best, but it's no team's go-to, right? So they're trying to figure out what they're trying to do there, and I don't mind it, right? Other than those moments, it's been strong, good ball movement. Chaotic, you're right, but good ball movement. Horn Francis just barreling through. Yeah, not a great tackle from Rosie. I don't know what he was thinking there, really. Is that a 50? I think their own teammate did that. Yeah, okay, good. Didn't give it 50. Yeah, so one thing I think about Port is that, like, last year, Brosey didn't do great in the centre. And Butters was okay most of the time. But, again, a small-bodied mid. I don't know if you can play both of them in the midfield. I think one of them probably sits half forward and you might get better results. All right, Phil Thorpe, and excited to see what he can do this season if he stays healthy. I'm not a betting man, and I don't like to promote betting at all. Ooh, Port's over the top. Burn Jones gets the goal. Easy goal from Port. They're getting close. They're doing all right. I do rate Phil Thorpe a lot as well. I would probably say he's getting the Coleman this year. I'd think if the ball movement for Adelaide is good enough from the midfield, gives him enough opportunity, I don't really see who's better than him. Like, there's nobody stronger. He's great overhead. He's got a great kicking action. I can't see who really takes it off of him. Maybe Kerno, maybe Tracy, but I don't have either of them as obviously better than Phil Thorpe. So if I was gonna give it to one, I'd probably say Phil Thorpe wins it for me this year. We're back in the centre. Shocking bounce. They got to recall that, surely. That didn't even matter. Oh, it's one of the ladies. I probably shouldn't say that. That wasn't a good bounce, but it's not because she's a woman. It was because that was a really shocking bounce. Movement out there. Whoa, that was a scone. What happened there? Why was that a free kick? Did he scoop the ball? I don't see what happened there. Good over the top movement. Is that Burden? Burden can make this. He's got a booming kick on him. That guy out in the full, was it touched? He made it, but it was across the face. Looks like it was just touched before it went over the line. Interesting. I don't love the setup here from Adelaide, but they're gonna get it. No. Bad kick out of defense. Boak takes it, gets it back to Aaliyah. They're trying to find that mid movement now. It's good idea. Oh, dropped the ball. Found the player further up the ground. That's good. Calm ball movement. The camera is not keeping up with the player. I don't know what's going on here. Man, I can't believe we're gonna have to watch KO every Saturday. This is like the camera angles and stuff we're gonna get. The back of some dude's head. Oi. There's got to be something we can do about this. Like, there's got to be a petition or something. Like, I don't want to watch KO on Saturday. I don't want to watch KO at all. Like, I don't want to watch them on Saturdays because they're the only option. That's some BS. Shocking shot at goal from Pal Pepper. Looking at his hands like he just dropped it wrong, but that just wasn't right. Adelaide's taking it out. Gets to about half back and wing, halfway between, and Thilthorpe gets a free kick for chopping of the arms, front on contact, depending on what you want to call it. But yeah, defensively, I don't. Oh, that was shocking from Port. Yeah, man. Like that. Oh, that wasn't Thilthorpe before. I don't know who that was in defence there. Thilthorpe did a quick chip around the corner to Rochelle. He's marked at about 10, 15 out on quite a big angle. Should be able to snap this. Yeah, I think it's the recording from today has been pretty shocking. I don't know where this match is, to be honest, but it's not been great. I'm guessing it's somewhere in Adelaide. Hopefully, this is a bit of a practice round for the gather round and what we get for that. But yeah, I bloody hate KO. Like I hate the whole locking an experience behind a paywall. And yeah, especially something that's like quintessentially Australian footy. I mean, the grand finals on Saturday at 2:15. Like, why are we going to not have the grand final on free to air? Like, that's absurd, right? It's not. I don't think they've suggested that anyway. Don't worry about that. But like, it is like the first step in like removing the general public's access to something and putting it behind a paywall. It's something that we've had for the entirety of my father's life, his father's life, that sort of thing. So Saturday footy was never behind a major paywall like this, at least not since the invention of the television, right? Yes, you did have to pay to go to the footy back in the day when there was no TV, don't get me wrong. But yeah, kind of sucks. Siren goes, that's the end of the third period. Yeah, there's a whole nother half a match to this. So I've been streaming for an hour and 50 minutes. And this is going to go for what, 3 hours 40? Jesus. Yeah, I chuck us some questions, guys. If you got any questions, feel free. I am a little bit off being able to share screen. I've got to get OBS fixed before I can do that, unfortunately. But yeah, we will be able to do that soon-ish. Hopefully tomorrow's stream. I'm going to be doing the Saints Carlton match. So yeah, feel free to pop your head back in. It'll be at 11 a.m. I'll have to double check that. It'll be at 11 a.m. If you want to watch the North Port, no, jeez, too many like clubs with the same names. If you want to watch the North Melbourne versus Melbourne match, it has been moved to an hour earlier, so it is at 10 a.m. on Saturday now at Arden Street. So yep, keep that in mind. Maybe if you're going down, double check these things. Don't take my word for it 100%, but that was what I last heard. But yeah, otherwise, interesting game so far. Haven't particularly thought the Port's done great, but I don't rate a ton of their players, to be fair, and I think I'm being a bit harsh in some of those ratings. So they've not done bad. Not done bad. They've got a new coach as well. We've seen a little bit of different ball movement. Definitely looking for a shorter movement into their 50. Don't think they've always executed it particularly well. But it seems like that's something they're doing. So I don't mind it. What I'm going to do, we've got about 10 minutes left. I'm going to make sure the dog's all right. Get him some water, get myself some water. And I'll be back in less than a minute. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them in. Feel free to text me as well if you've got my number. But I'll be 1 second, guys. I'm just going to get a glass of water. Well, hello, mister. You've just been sitting here. Okay. All right, we're back. Did anyone come in? Actually, you know what? My housemate isn't even home today, so let's just leave the door open. All right. Whew. Needed that. I've been eating some pasta on the side here, and it's very rich. All right. What do you think about your Saints fixture for the first 5 rounds, 3 Adelaide games? Honestly, I don't hate it. Like, I think I was one of the few people that kind of liked it when it came out. The first 5 games, I'll double check them. But I mean, honestly, if you're gonna go to a city, right, and do interstate matches, as a Victorian team, the thing you want to do is probably play in Sydney or in Adelaide. It's a shorter flight. It's really easy to get in and out. And to be honest, having 2 weeks in a row there of that sort of three weeks, we probably don't even fly out in a lot of regards. I'm assuming we verse Port and then we stay there and verse. I think it's who are we playing? I can't even remember who we're playing for the other round, but yeah. So I'm assuming we don't leave from that Ports match. Could be wrong. GWS, that's right. I'm going to it. I should remember this. But yeah, I don't think we leave. Well, I think we stay there from Port to GWS and essentially save ourselves a bit of travel. I don't mind it. I think Adelaide's going to be a tough team. We've got Richmond in that first 5. I'll double check actually. But yeah, I'm fairly sure we had Richmond in that first 5 group. I think St Kilda at worst would want to be 2 and 3 in the first 5. And most teams are similar. But I think that was fairly possible for me. Let me just filter for St Kilda. Team Saints. Yeah, all right, cool. So Cats might be hard. It's at Marvel though. St Kilda have had a fairly good record against the Cats at Marvel. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried. I think it's got Adelaide over twice. Yeah, okay. No, with the other one. I think as a general, Saints win against Tigers. They probably win at least one of those Adelaide matches. So I don't think they're off to a terrible start. Bulldogs, I wonder if they're going to be okay this year or not. Lions in round 7 is not going to be fun. Freo at Marvel's not bad. MCG for Carlton is also not terrible. Perth for Adelaide's is not bad for the Saints. Marvel against the Suns is better than playing at TIO or something. So yeah, not bad. And then we do have TIO against Melbourne, which probably leans in their favour. That's probably one of the major times that we're going to be not going to have much experience at the ground and not much sort of representation, I'd say. So yeah, I mean, first round against Adelaide, we probably go out there. It's going to be tough. They're gonna fair chance get a win, but I think after that we might be able to shock the Cats. We get it done against the Tigers, and then I reckon we steal one of Port versus Giants. So I think worst case scenario, stay and start 2 and 3, probably finish to the bye round. What 12 matches? That's probably when that's going to be tough. They're all going to be tough. So it's probably 5 or 6 wins around round 12. So probably a little bit below where they want to be, but it sets them up to a reasonable second half of the year, which I believe is almost entirely Marvel or Victoria from memory. All right, what do we got? Double check. Marvel, Optus, Marvel, GHB, Marvel, GMHBA, jeez. Don't know where that came from. We've got, Marvel, MCG against the Tigers, Marvel, and then NG Stadium against the Giants. I think St Kilda have a pretty reasonable run home, and I reckon they're about level going into the break. So Could be a year they make the finals. I don't particularly believe this is their year, but stranger things have happened. Otherwise, we're getting towards the end of this third period by the looks of things. I have a little sleeping dog over here. Looks very cute. I'm going to take you with me. Let me take you. There we go. I think that worked. Yeah, cool. We've got a little dog over here. He's asleep. He's a good boy. Oh, he's awake now. And he wants a belly rub. Always what he wants. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. Right, well, looks like we're back at the ground now. And thanks for dropping by. Cheers. Thank you very much. If you feel up for it, come back by us tomorrow. But we should have the reviews for the top 8 teams out another week-ish. So, yeah, keep an eye out. And thank you for popping past, Eagle. Hopefully I'll see you again. Cheers. We are getting pretty close to this third period quarter now. So I think we'll start to see some new players. From memory, Port had quite a few VFL players that essentially look all right. So yeah, they're going to be giving a few of them a go, but I don't think it's going to lead to good numbers for Port. They're already down by what, 30 odd? At one point, that nearly got to 50. So I'd be saying this might be pretty much game over in some regards. At least this will be the last real quarter. So if Port can catch up here, it's probably what you call it in terms of real games. But fair effort so far. If I were to say like there's any players that really stood out to me so far, Jared Berry's looking good. Is it Jared Berry? The Berry at Port Adelaide is looking good. We've got Pal Pepper back. He's interesting. Provides like a level of like stocky build, big boy out forward. So I think that'll be good to have them back. Otherwise, Adelaide Curtains looked good. Draper hadn't had a ton of the footy, but he's looked okay. Potentially, I just haven't seen it as much now that I'm not listening. But yeah, not as much as Curtin, at least none that I've noticed. But yeah, good game so far. It's good to have footy back. And it's probably the last real quarter before we start seeing a fair few VFL players, but that's fine. And oh yeah, jeez. I'm not sure that we do. I think there's 1 or 2 people in here, but I'm not sure that we do all the way until the end. I will let you know how I'm feeling in that regard. But yeah, we might. We'll see. We'll see how we go. All right. So we are just about to bounce it again for the 4th period, which again might be the last real quarter. I think we see a few VFL players after that, but it'll be good to see. Hopefully Port can keep kind of clawing it back. They've done enough to be like interesting, like, you know, but I don't see them winning unless they do a fair bit out of the centre. They need to start winning the contest. It's a jump ball. It looks like the whistle's been put away a little bit over this sort of last quarter or so. Early, they were pretty harsh on things, but it's not too bad now. We're not seeing as many silly free kicks. We've had a few just regular tackles that have gone straight into a jump ball. That's what you want to see. And Adelaide's out again. Not good kick inside 50. In fact, I don't even think it made inside 50. But we have got another contested possession here that has led to a jump ball. And 42. We've got a new ruckman by the looks of it for Adelaide. Give me a second. Adelaide. That's 42. All right, who we got? Okay, so that might be a player, VFL player in the first place, because we do not have a 42 listed for Adelaide. Interesting. So we're already kind of, by the looks of things, starting to move into that sort of last, kind of minutes, that sort of thing. All right. Well, look, we might call it at the end of this quarter. We'll see how we go. If they start trudging out a bunch of VFL players, I don't even think Adelaide's got an SPP spot. And Adelaide SPP. Yeah, okay. I don't think they've got a list spot available. Someone correct me in the chat if you know I'm wrong. But it looks like Port had 2 people competing for their final SPP spot. I'm not sure if Adelaide had one. By the looks of it, we are going to see a few VFL players coming out in this quarter and the following 2. So this is almost like test footy. We've got an extra half a match here. Okay. Josh Lai, I believe, was the one that they picked up there. So yeah, interesting. I don't know if we're gonna see much more from the AFL lists. At least not solidly competitive football. Right now, it's 14-5, 89 to 8-9, 57. Adelaide is leading by just over 32 points. It's been a reasonable match so far, but Adelaide's really controlled it throughout the entire contest. Port has put up fights here and there, stopped it from being a blowout, but it's not been a good game for them. Adelaide is lining up again for another goal. We've got 10. I should know this. Number 10 for Adelaide is Luke Pedler. That's right. So he's taken a shot. He's taken a ping, and he's got it online by the looks of it. He has. No worries, Attila. Happy to help. And Adelaide's got another one. So now it's 15-5, 95 to 8-9, 57. It's not as bad as it could have been. It really could have been worse for Adelaide. They've gotten out of trouble. Look, I mean, there is another 2 quarters though. Like in a lot of regards, like if you care about those last 2 quarters, then this could still be a blowout. We don't know really. It's interesting. I don't know if I love test footy. I would have been a fan of it a couple of years back, but I think 4 quarters is pretty good. Adelaide's got it out of the centre again. I really wish there were statistics on these matches. Like, Port has just been dominated out of centre. Just completely. Do we get anything over here? Let's have a look, see if like fan footy's got anything. So I'm just going to have a look at, see if any of the other sites have any stats. No. No, fair footy doesn't have any either. It's odd. I would have expected somebody to have like a good account of game stats. Like Wheelo doesn't have anything. Nobody has anything. Fan footy, nothing. Yeah, this has been tough. Adelaide's got it again. Running out of defence, but it's been intercepted this time. Port might get another shot inside 50. Taking it in there. But to no mark. It is now getting fought for on the ground, and it looks like it's going to be a ball up. It is. Ball up, about 40 metres out on a fairly tough angle for Port Adelaide. Good tackle. And Port Adelaide might have knocked it free here. Joe Berry's trying his best, but he hasn't done it. He's going for another ball up. A bit closer to home. Probably about 25 out this time. Yeah, okay. Let's fix up the camera a little bit. There we go. They got a shot off and they got a goal by the looks of it. Nice. Port's managed to keep it from like getting bad today, which has been good. Like they needed to. But they haven't looked good, which is like the major problem, right? Like if you're going to swap coaches, you're going to get a bit of a dead cat bounce, right? You're going to see something that's not really anything major at first, unless sometimes new coaches do major things. Like what Fly McRae did some cool stuff in his first year, that sort of stuff. But as a general, you get a normal period of bounce from a new coach, all that jazz. Like even the announcement generally would be enough to facilitate a change in response. This feels like a little bit like business as usual for Port. I mean, in some regards, you probably don't worry about that. It's a preseason match. And in some regards, you probably even want it like that. But you do want to be winning with business as usual. Even if you don't worry about the end result too much, it is always in the best interest to win. So I don't love what I'm saying. It doesn't bode well long term. Shocking kick out of defence. Got a boundary throw in about 20 metres outside of Port Adelaide's 50. And Adelaide gets away with it out of the contest again. They've got the forward half handballs just going, and they've found another one free. They're going to overlap for the long kick deep, and they found him again. I think that's Ben Keys. We've got a bit of trouble here for Port with a whole nother 2 quarters to go. This is just has danger written on it. They've done it every time I've said that. They've kept it to about that 30-point mark. 28, 41, somewhere in there. But yeah, somewhere around that sort of 30 to 40 mark, they've managed to keep it there. But there's been times there where it's looking like it's getting out to 50, and then at some point it could be 100, and they've managed to hold it back. But Port's not doing enough. This movement's slow. Like there's nobody even on the mark, and you're not finding particularly great movement. Okay, Got Finlayson going for a 60-metre bomb up the line. Can he actually find the one-on-one? He's made it there with his kick, but do they win it? No. Adelaide's gotten it out the back. It's gone for another throw-in. Interesting. There's a throw-in about 20 or so metres out from Adelaide's goals. Port Adelaide's goals, that is. And we might see another comeback here in terms of every time I say that I think Port Adelaide are done, they kick a goal. So if you are a Port fan, take some solace when I say that it probably means you're going to score pretty soon. Snap out of the contest, but nothing happened there. Dribbles over the line for another throw-in. That looks like a VFL player. At least I don't think I've seen them before. Port Adelaide wins the boundary throw-in, but to no one really. So it ends up another jump ball. I mean, Port's forward line hasn't looked particularly dangerous today. I'd also say their defence hasn't looked great. Their midfield's all right. Their ruck's good. Their midfield's good. But I don't think they really put the threat out there. They don't really scare opponents when going forward. I think most opponents look at their one-on-one opposition for Port and think they can beat them. And Ollie Wines pushes it across the face as well. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what I'm saying. Wouldn't go so far to say, oh. And it's been cut off, and Ollie Wines gets another shot, and he gets a... Is it Ollie Wines? No, it wasn't. It was... No idea who that is. Somebody gets a shot off. They've got a goal. It's closer. I mean, Port's what? Have they added that to the score? It's 9-11-65 to 15-6-96. They've been keeping around 4 goals most of the match. They've done all right. Probably about, 15 minutes of real time left on the clock before we go to the 2 extra periods. I'll probably call it at real time end. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Definitely need some more water. That's for sure. It's a ball up again in the centre. Adelaide and Port are fighting it out. Port's managed to get their hands on it a few times, but nobody's really done anything here. There's a handball over the top in Port's direction. They're tapping it forward. It's equal numbers. It ends up at the boundary line for a throw-in. That's not bad. This is what they needed to do. I mean, up until this point, well, I wouldn't say much has changed either, but Port particularly has done nothing out of their midfield. It's just nothing. I was actually wrong about the score before. They hadn't added the goal yet either, so it actually is 10-11-71 to Adelaide's 15-6-96. Port was trying to get it inside 50 there, but Adelaide chopped it off and have started their offensive movement from half back, have kept it in along the wing, and are going in deep to a 2-on-2. Can Adelaide win this? It's gotten out the back. It's going to be a goal, and Adelaide gets it. So that will be 16-6-102 to 10-11-71. Adelaide leads by 31 points with about 12 and a half minutes left of real time. We will have 2 extra periods. For those of you here, I don't know how I feel about them. at that point, we will be looking at a lot of VFL players, and it might even be time to call it there. So I'll keep you. I'll let you know how I'm feeling. All right. That is like the most perfectly circular head. That was a really circular head. Really well done. Port's going forward. I'm seeing a few VFL players here and there. I'm getting confused who I'm looking at. Well, we've got number 30 lining up. Name's not coming to me, so I'm assuming he's a VFL player. But I'd be wrong. Oh, what a kick. Big kick. Need to double check. Ollie Lord. Okay, yep. Oh, man. Only spoken to every Collingwood player wishing they had him on their list this off-season. He's got a mean kick on him. I can see the want, that's for sure. So we're back in the centre. We're going to do another ball up. We've got about 10 minutes left. I mean, Port's not out of it. At least for, even regular time, they're not out of it. Adelaide just haven't put the foot down yet, and inside 50s like that aren't going to do it. It was a pretty shocking ball movement there, actually. Oh, the St Kilda squad has been released for tomorrow. Any interesting names there? Not particular. Isaac Keeler's gotten himself in there. Hugh Boxall has as well. Interesting. Harry Boyd's playing for all you Supercoach lads and ladies. Just going to play the lineup for Adelaide. It's the circle head dude. I don't know who he is, but he has got a perfectly circular head. Love it. Got a little dog over here that's pretty interested in some food. He's pretty interested. Mwah. Give him a nose kiss, and then back to. He's doing the paw. He wants a scratch. Okay, you cute boy. Yeah. So we are in the last 10 minutes of regular time. Got Adelaide up by 26. They've just moved it from their wing. They're going up to the half forward flank, and it was a good tackle there. Very good tackle. Okay, that's enough from you. No licking. Oh. We're down the last 10 minutes. I think we've got a fair few. SA NFL listed players out there at this point. Yeah, I think it's been a reasonable match. I feel like Adelaide didn't do a ton of work in this last quarter, or the one before. I reckon they really kind of had this one like at period 2, to be honest. So not a particularly strong showing from Adelaide, and not better results from Port Adelaide either. So okay, match. Don't feel like I learnt a ton. I think the little bit of the kind of effort and fire we were seeing in maybe the first 15 or so minutes died out pretty quickly. And I don't think we've really seen it get to serious levels of that again. So it's been an interesting little hit out. Port's going in deep again, by the way. But I think we might call it at P4. There is more to go. If you guys are interested, keep watching it. I'm probably going to want to call it by 8, which is, end of this quarter. If you've got any questions for us, definitely shoot us a chat. I'm always keen to discuss things that aren't this particular game as well. So at any point, feel free to say hello. Let us know how you found this stream as well. Very new to all this. I've done a practice stream, yesterday, which cut out 4 times. Today we lost sound at some point, so that wasn't great. Managed to fix that quickly, quicker than the last time we went down, so that's a positive. What else? We've got videos coming out soon. They'll be not far off. I'd say, unfortunately, another week probably. I've just been snowed under with work, a few other things. So it hasn't been easy to get it done, but we should have the script finished, hopefully, hopefully another 2-3 days. And then it's all into production at that point. So not long, not tons of time. But game's coming to an end. Who did we like from Adelaide? Who did I like? I liked, let me go through the list of it again. See any names that jump out. Curtin looks good. Curtin looks real good. I'd say Riley Philthorpe for me, probably the Coleman this year. Hinge looks pretty good. Hinge looked quite good. Peatling looks good in the guts. Definitely worth a look at. I think I've got a bit of bolognese in my teeth. Sorry about that. Definitely worth a look at there. Neal-Bullen is going to do a lot of good things for this side. Sid Draper is one to get in your sides if you're into the super coach, that sort of thing. Who else? Probably the major ones from a Adelaide perspective. In terms of Port, I like Joe Berry. Joe Berry's looking really good. I think they've got him off at this point now. I don't know if we'll see him again for the rest of the match, but he's looking great. We've got where do we go? What was that dude's name? Lockie Jones is looking thick down back, and I love a thick lad, a thick defender. They're just not going to get pushed over very easily. Would have liked to have seen something like Christian Moraes, Jack Whitlock, something like that, but just wasn't the time, right? Like, just wasn't the match. So that's fine. We will see them soon, no doubt. So at this point, pretty happy. Like, I mean, wasn't the competitive bout that I was hoping to see, but pretty happy. Might even let the sound play a tiny bit in this last second. Don't want to make it too loud, but we will let it go through a little bit and just go from there. Yeah, so final minutes here. All right. I think there is two more quarters, periods. So if you prefer to stick around, watch this sort of stuff, definitely do. I think it's been an interesting match, but I am at the point where I want to get everything sorted out for my dog before it gets to sleepy times, before the sun goes down and all that. So yeah, we've got a little bit of stuff to do on my end. Also got to finish off those scripts. So can't just sit here watching a nothing match for too long. And I think we are almost at the point of seeing mostly VFL players or having them out there as much as possible for these final two quarters. If they go ahead, because realistically, we've played a whole match, right? Seems bit unnecessary in some regards, but bit over a minute left of this quarter, minute 50, oh, sorry, minute 5 seconds. Missed the shot. I think that was Whitlock. Might be wrong there. Yeah, it was Whitlock. All right. I didn't think I'd seen him play yet. So that's good. He's done it right. Gets his opportunity for a shot, which is good. There's a shocking kick out of the fence. We're into the last 40 seconds of the match, nearly 30. At least my watching of it, I don't think I'll stick around for this period 5 and 6. Double check. Yeah, okay. 6 20-minute, 28-minute periods is a huge match. Absolutely a huge match. Look, don't go anywhere yet. I'll double check when the sun's going down because I just want to get Toby out to see, get a good little walk in before the sun goes down. It's not long. It's not long. We'll stick around. We'll keep an eye on things. If it's looking like the sun's going down, we might call it. But for now, we've got at least another 15 minutes. And it looks like the siren should have gone by this point. Have we got extra time for P4? What's going on? Okay, there's the siren. Interesting. Not quite at the end of this match, but for all intents and purposes, I would say that this is the majority of it done. We've got a fair few VFL, AFL listed players. We should see a bit of Jack Magden, Ned Atkinson, Lachlan McAndrew, Jay O'Leary, Blake Jury, and maybe Hugh Hazeman, Jay Boyle, a couple others as well. But I don't think Adelaide even has an SPP spot, and Port just used their last one. So I think that's just to make sure some of the good players don't get hurt, that sort of thing. Take them off. I'll get one more glass of water, guys. So give me a second. Got a dog down here. He's gonna. Maybe I can. Hang on. Let me see if we can do something. I don't think I can lock it on him. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I can kind of lock it on him. All right, that's enough. That's silly. Silliness. All right. We will get that fixed a little bit later. There we go. Mostly fixed. All right, I'm gonna get some water. So yeah, I'm getting anything. Yo. All right. So yeah, and we'll leave this running for a little bit, but Jesus, I inhaled that water. Yeah, we'll leave this running for a little bit, but we'll see if we really can. Hello, buddy. You've got dunk in your eyes, buddy. Hey, mate. This is Toby. For anybody that wants to say hello, Toby. Toby does Toby things. She's mostly just trying to steal my food. What's up, buddy? He wants up. All right. All right. There we go. So, no, Toby, you don't get any. All right. So this is my dog, Toby. You can come say hello before I say goodbye. I'll probably be here for a little bit longer, maybe like 5 minutes or so. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them through. Otherwise, is anybody doing anything fun for the evening? Anybody got any good plans for the weekend? I've actually got a date this weekend, which is pretty interesting. Be going to NGV, which would be nice. Go and get something to eat as well, which would be good. So that'll be good. Oh, what was that? So yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, I've got to get everything ready. Toby, can you just stop that? You're gonna just sit there shaking. You're gonna have to leave. We're in that like final sort of moments. If you have any questions, shoot something through. Otherwise, I'm gonna call it. All right, we're getting towards the end of this. I am stuffy as. It's been a good game. I mean, Adelaide could have really hurt Port, and they didn't. Port held on. They showed some reasonable defence despite being fairly undersized. And yeah, as a general, good game from both. So I'm happy with what I saw, particularly from Adelaide. I think Port has a bit to work on, but they've got a new coach. They've got the rest of the year to figure out what they want to do long term. Because I don't know if this will be their year. But thank you again for everybody that's watched this. Keep an eye out. We've got a few videos coming. We've got the prediction video, which is coming that week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. And then we've got the rest of the top 8 list analysis coming a bit before that. So I'll leave you here. Thank you very much for joining me. My name's Woody from WoodenSpoonData. There's the 18th best AFL channel on YouTube. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. I'll see you tomorrow if you want to join for the watch along for St Kilda, and enjoy. Cheers.